Hey y'all, welcome to Nat and Grace Revelations. This is Tarot Tia. This is a reading for Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Happy birthday, Taurus. May or may not resonate. I do offer personal readings. The link to the site is in the description. Owl, any form of owl, A-L, names. It's a situation here to where this individual is starting to realize that any form of rail, that it's time for them to step up. It's time for them to step up and actually have somebody's back, actually be protective, actually, you know what I mean? Stand for something, have a backbone, whatever is going on here. Somebody is telling the truth in this situation, and it's almost like people didn't want to hear the truth. So they're being mean and aggressive, and you know what I mean? But Amani, now the truth is obvious, and the people who've been aggressive and defensive and just like, you know what I mean, trying to charge at people because they're telling the truth, possibly speaking their testimonies, telling their stories, singing their songs, you hear me? Like, they don't like them, or these are the people who are living in their truth. They don't like them, and they're very aggressive towards them. It's like this individual is very aggressive towards feminine energies, you know. This person seems like they are making somebody really uncomfortable. Megan's is what I'm hearing. They're making somebody extremely uncomfortable, and or have made somebody feel extremely uncomfortable, and they're going to regret doing this. You know, Ty is what I'm hearing, because they've been plotting, planning, and scheming, and this karmic cycle is finally over with. Because it's like, what are you doing that for? We ran, something like that. Like, whatever is going on, this chapter of life is over with. Somebody is finally getting the clarity that they need. They're finally ready to open up and tell the truth or express themselves, especially if they've been living in fear of history repeating itself, or they've been living in fear because somebody from the past has repeatedly been spying and praying and being obsessive like this, you know. Jenny, this is strange, and it's obsessive, and people are finally going to see Michael. People are finally going to cut this individual off because they're seeing, like, nobody's lying. You know, this individual is mad because such and such is telling the truth. They're angry and are aggressive and are hateful and disrespectful and mean and rude because somebody is telling the truth, and trying to go against somebody and be somebody's enemy just because they're telling the truth or this is their testimony. It doesn't make it right. You know, it's not going to change anything. It doesn't change the facts, you know? So somebody in this situation is simply telling the truth. They are literally telling the truth. And like I said, there's this karmic situation, a karmic partner, anything like that, that just cannot handle this. Tanny, they cannot handle this, and they are blowing their top, or will blow their top, you know. And all it is because they're obsessed and jealous of the fact that somebody is getting attention. Like, they are mad that this person is getting attention, and they want to find a way to stop them from having a loving, healthy life and relationship and self-love and all of that. And now everybody gets to look back to the past like, you were never trustworthy. You were never trustworthy. You were crazy and obsessed with him. And then you got salty that they told the truth that you were crazy and obsessed with him. And now you in a place to where you still trying to go hard against this person because of what? Because of what? The truth is just the truth. You know, this individual is crazy. Like, they are obsessed with somebody. And it's at a point to where it's just like, what are you going to do? Continue to spy on them and pray on them and watch them and, you know what I mean, lurk around them and do all this weird stuff around them? Or are you going to accept that nobody is in this drama but you? Nobody has this internal conflict but you. You feel me? Like, keep it real, earth signs. Kiev is what I'm hearing. This individual cannot take a loss. You know what I mean? And they're refusing to accept the fact that they're irrelevant, that they do not matter, that they, you get what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, it's like, they will not accept the fact that somebody is deciding to change and move on with their life and move forward and let go, you know? But they're in a place where they're now trying to make people as uncomfortable as possible by trying to create friction, tension, or make it seem like this is a competition. And this is never a competition. This is a stalker. This is a stalker, period. Like, this was never a competition. This is a stalker. And now everybody gets to see the truth. Like, nah, you just weird. Like, you're just weird. Possible fire sign: Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Libra. Leo is here, but Leo looks like they're laughing in the background. Like, this motherfucker weird as hell. Because they're a stalker. They're a stalker. And they just do not want to accept the truth. That cha sound feels like a really big factor. Cha. Like, they're a stalker. And they just have to take their losses. You feel me? Like, you're not going to continue to try to act like anybody is your enemy. You're not going to continue to be aggressive to people just because they're telling the truth. You know, like, that's whack. And that's what they I don't know, like, in my opinion, it's like they're hanging with people that are so ratchet and immature and low vibrational that they just going along with anything that they little leader is saying, but they look stupid and childish, you know? Amira, they look silly. They look silly. So now somebody is in this situation, like, you really was gossiping about these people or this person like crazy, and now you in a place to where you looking weak as hell because everybody knows that you was making shit up, that you was just being competitive, you know? And yeah, that's the confirmation that has to come in here. So this karmic cycle is finally over, earth signs, especially if there's a possible water sign in the background: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that's been throwing hella shade. They've been throwing hella shade because they competitive and they stealing somebody's intellectual property, or literally stealing from somebody, or setting people up and doing all this crazy shit, and don't want to admit that that's what they doing. Chicken. That's what I'm hearing. Chicken. Something like that. So I don't know how that's going to resonate, but this individual is just a weirdo. They're a weirdo. Any form of des or des, they're a fucking weirdo. That's a huge factor in this equation. The letter D. That's a huge factor in this equation. And somebody standing 10 toes down like you're a fucking clown. This is a clown and a weirdo who like to gossip. And they're gossiping about somebody that they literally are like spying on. Somebody that they literally are entirely too curious about. So it's just like, what? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Gossiping because you're jealous of the fact that somebody has stability in their life? Whether this work, family, friends, or romantically. Like, gossiping because somebody has a stable life. Like, is that something to gossip about, or is that something to be inspired by? You feel me? But they're not inspired because they're jealous. They're not inspired because they're a hater, you know? And it's just like, please, like, stop letting this hater convince y'all to be mean, rude, disrespectful, and aggressive to somebody just because they're jealous of them. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that's going on here. So now the hater gets cut off, and the hater is going to try to make it seem like you or these other people, this other person is starting drama. You know, no, they're not. No, they're not. They're telling the truth. They're telling the truth. So it's like that drama can go right back to where it came from because it's only within one person. And that one person is influencing other people to act like them, to feel like them. So them people don't really feel like that. They just been lying to them and making stuff up to them to make them feel some type of way, to make them feel insecure, you know. But now they get to see, like, you really are lame, bro. Like, they're really a cornball. They really are a cornball who's obsessed with somebody's entire life. And now they get to accept that about themselves, or everybody around them will. Like, you tripping. JC, Jay-Z, anything like that. Like, this is a clown. Like, they literally are in a place where they want to, like, they want this to be a competition so bad that trying to humiliate people is like their claim to fame. And it's like, this is not your claim to fame. Like, you really are a clown. Do you realize that you're trying to clown somebody that you have never met in your life? You trying to clown somebody that you do not know personally? You trying to clown somebody that you only know through social media? You trying to clown somebody that you literally copying off of? Like, period. So it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to do? But expose the fact that you're a weirdo and obsessed. You know, like, keep it real, earth signs. They're strange, they're obsessed, they're competitive, and now they're in a place to where everybody gets to see the truth about it. So it's like, you really mean to tell me you've been lying and in a one-sided competition this whole time? Period. Thank you so much. Don't worry about this mess. Like, they lying, they competitive, they immature, okay? And now they latched on to other childish people who are sad because they feel embarrassed, ashamed, that they're even friends with this person or were hanging out with this person or doing this weak ass shit with this person. It's like, why was you doing that? Why were you moving like that, acting like that? You know what I mean? Because they were lame and got lied to. They were lame and didn't have a backbone or didn't have a mind of their own. You get what I'm saying? So they weren't thinking in this situation, and now they in their feelings because they were being competitive. And it's like being competitive with somebody that you don't know, especially somebody that they don't know that has nothing but love and compassion to offer, love and stability. And you feel me? Like there's structure and discipline here. There's there's professionalism here. There's opportunity here. And so it's just like you being hateful to somebody that don't need you. You being hateful to somebody that could actually help you out. You being hateful to somebody who's actually a benefit to, they're like an asset to the people whose lives that they're a part of. So it's like, get out of here. Nobody's worried about these people or this person. Like, you literally just burnt the bridge with somebody that literally could put you on, or literally could put you in position in some type of way, or literally could help you. And you can work, family, friends, or romantically. And it's like, just because you're a liar, Jeremy, anything like that. Like, they done burnt the bridge with somebody just because they're a habitual liar, or connected to a habitual liar and want to listen to everything this habitual liar is saying instead of somebody that's stable. So it's like, why would this person, what reason do they have to lie? Like, what do they have to hide? It's almost like, you get what I'm saying? And not to say that this is an open book type of energy, but they don't have nothing to hide. So it's just like, you get what I'm saying? What is that? Jadakiss. Ain't afraid to give my life to the public. So when I see you next time, maybe we can further discuss how my 16s give you a visual. I know they thinking he ain't really selling how he live off residuals, but right now the game is pitiful. And niggas is lonely. They need company because they miserable. Still Feel Me. That's Still Feel Me by Jadakiss. That's what I was hearing. But it's like that part specifically that, you know what I mean? Like, that part specifically, it's like, I don't know what they thought this was. You know what I mean? I think people forgot who they was dealing with or didn't understand who they was dealing with. And now they're fucking around and finding out. But not in a negative way. It's just like, you see how you was hateful to a big dog? Like, you was hateful to a vet. You was hateful to somebody that could really put you on your feet. You was hateful to somebody that you don't even realize who they are in real life. You get what I'm saying? You don't even realize who they are in real life. Who they are outside of this environment that you know them in, or all this little stupid petty shit that them bitches that you hang with, men or women, they bitches, and so now they all over there, Evans, now they all angry and bitter and mean because they've been listening to a liar and evil lying somebody because they've been lying, or because they can't accept the truth about themselves, can't accept their own realities. On my soul. So I was like, please stop hating them because you can't accept who you really are. Please stop hating them because you can't accept your reality. Please stop hating on them because you're angry and bitter and thought this was a competition and now you look weak as hell. Now you getting trampled on in a one-sided competition at that. It's like effortlessly. Like, oh my gosh. Like, that's what be killing me is like, people will really sit and watch you on social media and everything else and think that they competing with your life from afar. And just to not realize that the things that you do, the things that you're into, the way that you move, your talents, your abilities, whatever, they come naturally to you. So it's just like your looks, whatever this is, it's like, what? It's just stupid shit. Like, nobody has to jump through all of these hoops to feel like something or somebody. And that's what they're mad about. They got to jump through hoops to feel like something or somebody instead of being their real self, their natural selves. Period. And they're angry at people who are able to be themselves naturally, who are able to get attention naturally through their gifts, their talents. You get what I'm saying? Through their minds, through their hearts. For real. This what God feel like. Flat out, Kendrick. My heart is rich. My heart is famous. Period. Like, what? It's not the body. It's not the looks. It's the heart. It's the heart. And that's what's famous here. That's what's popular here. That's what's popping here. You get what I'm saying? And they can't stand it. Because why? They're demons and they don't have love inside of themselves. So when somebody loves themselves unconditionally and knows how to love others unconditionally, people who don't love themselves don't know how to receive that. They don't know how to receive that. They think you faking. So faking like a Jamaican is what I heard. Nope. They think you faking with the love that you have to offer. They think you faking about being intelligent. They think you faking about being talented. They think you faking about what you have financially or who you connected to socially. They just be thinking that you faking. When in reality it's because they don't know who they are. They don't have shit. They don't have no connections. They don't know nobody. You can feel me? Like they ain't got shit popping in their life. Like all of that. So they can't fathom that you are exactly who you say you are. You get what I'm saying? And they're figuring it out. Then I say that they fucking around and finding out. But it's after hating and evil lying and being super, super obvious with this evil lying. So now there's this team, group, family, company. There's all this support that's coming in because it's like you really a hater. You and all your family, friends, and associates are all haters, and they know that. Cozy, they're all haters. So now they're getting shut down because they realize that people that they find cool, people that they find attractive, people that they want attention from, people, you get what I'm saying? Like, fuck with you or fuck with this person in some type of way. So it's like, what are you going to do? Like, you're a fucking hater, bro. You're a hater and a clown. Now you mad because now you seeing that all your family, friends, and associates rock with such and such, and you the only one. You the odd man out. They the odd man out, or the odd men out. Men or women, they the oddballs in this situation. It's like because they burnt the bridge themselves. Like I said, nobody's thinking about them. Do you even know them? Does anybody even know these bitches? Like they're corny. They're corny, they're jealous, they're hateful, they're obsessive, and now they're in places and spaces to where they have to accept that nobody is in that space, nobody is in that energy. It's just them, literally. Like they gossip too much, they're too nosy, they too judgmental, they're too shady. You know what I mean? They're too snake-like socially. So it's like, who are they going to hang out with but other people that act just like them? People who are messy just like them. People who are jealous-spirited just like them. You get what I'm saying? Leave them where they are. Ain't nobody missing out on these relationships. They cornballs. They're cornballs and they feel inferior to greatness. So if you have a talent and ability, I don't give a damn if you look better than them. Like, they're going to be threatened by that shit. And they're showing it real bad. Real bad. Thank you so much. JC, Jason, Chasen, Chase, Jace. Thank you so much, y'all.